Well, good evening. Happy Stampers. How is everybody tonight? Well, welcome to my Wednesday night live. And my name is Judy Anderson, and I'm an independent demonstrator in the United States. I'd like to welcome all my live viewers on Facebook and YouTube. And those on replay, I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy schedule to join me this evening. And I just want to say right in the beginning, I had to do a last minute change up of my project tonight. I was still planning on using the leftovers that I am using as far as my cardstock and my designer series paper, but I was planning on using a different stamp set this evening. However, I cannot find my dies. My stamp room is clean and I do not know what happened to this set of dies. So quick change up, I am using Cup of Tea instead because that stamp set will work well with my leftovers. So very often we have leftover, at least I have leftover kits, or you're making some projects and you miscounted and you cut too much paper. Well, I wanted to show you tonight that you can use those leftovers, don't waste them. Use them on another card with a different stamp set. And so we're going to be doing that tonight, and I'm going to show you some paper saving techniques as well. And so we're going to get started here. Make sure you say hi if you're watching on Facebook. I am on StreamYard. However, I still cannot do my streaming from Facebook and YouTube on my computer. So I'm having to use my phone. So if you're watching on YouTube, I am in a small frame and I want to apologize for that. But know that I am still working on the issue. This has had something to do with being hacked actually 2 weeks ago now on YouTube. Hey, Christine, good evening. I am glad you're watching live. And the rest of you too. I see there's several of you on here. So I'm going to flip my camera around and hopefully you will not get too seasick. I need to turn on one more light here. I am going to change the view. Let me see. Maybe not. Um, I'm sorry, I lost you. I'm going to have to flip my camera around. So I'm going to, hopefully, you will be able to see what I'm doing. I'm going to have to peek underneath. I haven't done this from my phone before. So let's see. Oops. I am getting something on my screen. There we go. So there we go. You guys can see it. So as long as I work in this area, I apologize if I'm off screen at all. So you will find the Tea Boutique suite on page 12 and 13 of our new annual catalog. And I am just using the bundle. I am not using the designer series paper that goes with this because, like I said, I am using leftovers or the card bases. But this is going to show you that you could really use anything. So our cup of tea is a photopolymer set of 20 stamps, and I am loving this set. I have used it quite a bit. I just did a tea party last Saturday, and we all had a bunch of fun making cards and banners and a tea dispenser. And here are the cup of teacup dies, and there are 17 dies in here. And we're going to be using those tonight, like I said. Okay, my leftover pieces. These are actually pieces that were left over from my open house. I had cut a couple extra in case a couple more people popped in. So we have a card base, and it measures 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. And we're going to go ahead and fold that in half and burnish that. And I'm burnishing it with my bone folder. Now, I want to give you a hint with your bone folder. Sometimes we rub the top of our ink pads or we get ink on our bone folders. I soaked this in bleach this week, and it was in bleach for like 2 days, and all the ink came off of it. So there is your first tip. If you get ink on your bone folder, soak it in bleach and you'll get rid of that ink. Okay, so we have our card base. Then I have a piece of designer series paper, and this is our in color, and this measures 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to do something special with that, and we can decide, do we want the plaid side or do we want the polka dots? I think I am going to go with the polka dot for the background, and I think I might use the, I don't know yet. I'll figure that out when we get there. Then I have a piece of the, I'm measuring this, of the sweet sorbet, and this measures 3 by 4 inches. And then I have a piece of basic white that measures 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And we actually use the Little Birdie set with this. So if you attended my open house, you've seen these pieces before, right? So we're going to, do some fun stuff tonight. So first of all, I am going to bring my cut and emboss machine over. And we are going to be cutting a teacup from our designer series paper. And that's why I said I'm not too sure if I'm going to do it plaid or if I am going to do it polka dot. But I wanted to show you how you could just cut it from your designer series paper. And what I want to make sure is that it is covered up, that hole is covered up. And it is. So we are going to go ahead and cut this. And now I know the other day I introduced our new magnetic plate, and we're going to use it again tonight. So with the magnetic plate, remember I told you that the sandwich on the packaging is incorrect. When you're using the magnetic plate, you want to use plate number 1. Then you're going to stick plate number 5, and this is your magnetic plate, and you're not going to put an acrylic plate on top of this. This is actually made to cut directly on it, and unlike our other magnetic plate, it doesn't create havoc on your acrylic plates. It doesn't make them warp. So I am loving this. And you are going to cut into it, and eventually you may end up needing to replace it. But you know what, you guys? It's worth it to me to have it and have it work well. I like putting this on a little bit of a slant so that when we go through, we don't go straight on our die. And I'm going to do this right in the center. I think I'm going to turn it, though. I'm going to go ahead and turn it this way. Then we're going to put our acrylic plate on top and put it down. And believe me, you guys, my wires are in the way. Hang on a second. This cuts like butter. Just so smoothly, just like that. Look how quickly that goes through without a lot of pressure. So we've cut that. It doesn't move no matter how I move this. So I know that you guys are going to want to put this on your wish list and see how it cuts, but you can hardly see. It's kind of not completely self-healing, but it does kind of heal itself. And then we're going to remove that. So we're going to have that cut out there, right? I put this in my magnetic cup here so I don't lose it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and secure this onto our card base. But I'm going to show you. So we could decide. We could do the plaid in the back, and I just might, so that we have a little bit of difference. And I think I'm going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and flip it over, and we're going to use the plaid as our main design. Let's just adhere this on there. So, are you guys enjoying my daily lives? I know I am. I have missed you guys so much. YouTube. I have not been on YouTube for 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks now, because of my mishap. Okay, we're going to put that on, and then we're going to go ahead and put our mat on top of it. And I'm going to set that directly flat onto that and just centering it. Okay, now on here, I'm not too sure yet, so I'm not going to put that on there yet. But I have already gone and cut out, die cut the leaves here. And we're going to stamp these. And remember, I said this is a photopolymer stamp set. So we can look through and look at all the dies I've got cut here. So we may use some of those. I've got some leftovers, you know. We may stick some of those on here. But I'm going to take this stamp right here. And I am using shaded spruce. I don't know why, but I am finding that I'm using shaded spruce a lot with our new in colors. It's just one of those bright greens that works, bright springy greens is what I call it. Although it is good for your Christmas projects also. So we're just going to stamp that on and quite easily. It matches up. Now we could just leave this, or we can color it in with one of our blends, and I'm going to use the dark or the light Granny Apple Green and just color in those leaves. And it doesn't, it's not going to pop out at you at first, but you can definitely tell that I've colored them once they're all colored. And you know, I've done it both ways. I've liked it both ways, but for this project, I just want a little bit more color on there. So we're just going to color that just like that. And we're going to actually, I was thinking of offsetting this down in this corner. So if we have that down here, then I want to do one of our larger tea bags. And of course, I don't have one cut. So we're going to go ahead and stamp on a scrap piece here. And then I'm going to do that in our Memento ink. Whoops. Well, there goes my block. Got another one here. It's okay. Let's put that on there. Open up our Memento and stamp that right on there. Okay. And while we're stamping, we might as well stamp the rest of what I want to put on there. In here, we have this little image that's got like a little leaf on it. I love this image. Get a small block for that. And I am going to stamp this in Daffodil Delight. I want a lighter color in the center. We're just going to put that right there in the center. And then we are going to grab the saying, miss you. Let me grab that out. You see, nope, that's it's tea time, or it's time for tea. Gotta try to read these. Oh, here it is, I believe. Yes, I miss you. We're going to stamp that in the black. And we're going to put that over in this corner, just like that. Okay. And then we are going to cut this tea bag out. And, you know, once again, that magnetic plate is going to hold this die right in place for us. Take that out. I already have a small tea bag cut, so I'm not going to cut another one. I do need one for this. So we're going to grab our cut and emboss machine again, lay this down, line our die up right over that tea bag, and it's not going to move. So no more Post-it notes or adhesive sheets to hold that on, or washi tape. You know, I was never a fan of washi tape and Post-it notes anyways. That's not going to move from that until I move it. And look how nice and centered that is. It's probably one of the most centered die cuts I have. I've had. So we have that. And so we have this. So we're going to, in the upper right-hand corner in our black, I am going to stamp the Let's Get Together Soon, which is right here. And we are going to do that in black. Let's get that right on there. We're going to stamp that in the upper right-hand corner. Not too close though, because we are going to put a couple leaves up in that corner. So we are going to get out our shaded spruce again and our leaves. And let's just stamp a couple of those just like that. So we can just keep adding to this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I am going to pop this layer up. So let me grab my dimensionals. We want the regular size. And we're going to put quite a few on here because we don't want it sagging in the middle. You know, as we get older, we kind of sag in the middle, right? We don't want that to happen with our cards. So I'm going to put plenty of dimensionals on here. And I promise you, I will look at your comments in the end. And those that I can see, I will comment to. And otherwise, I will respond to you after I get off and I post this on Facebook. So we've had quite an interesting day today here in the Chicagoland area. We actually had a tornado warning, but we didn't get any storms here. I don't know if you are in Illinois, if you got that warning, the sirens went off and everything, but we had nothing here. Okay, so we have this. I am going to put this off to the side, like I said, and we are just going to adhere that right down, right over here, just like that. And our teacup, I am debating if I want to raise it. I'm not, even if I mail this, I don't care. I will put some more dimensionals, and we could choose to do the plaid again, but I think by using two different designs, patterns, the teapot's going to pop. Now we could have also, and I want to tell you guys, see how I'm putting this dimensional here? If you put them flat from edge to edge, they hold, you won't see them on the other side. Oh, for some reason, it's coming off. So you just want to make sure you get those from side to side like that. So let's remove. So I could have stamped the pot on here also, but I think, you know, we have that image there and that's just a-okay. So we've got that there. So we have our I Miss You on the tea bag. I am going to grab some linen thread. Got all these leftover linen threads, so why not use it up? We're using our scraps this evening. I'm just going to cut that little tag off, and I adhere this with a glue dot. So I take my glue dot directly off the strip, just like this, and pick it up. And then I'm going to actually put it so it's holding onto that tea bag. So it's holding that linen thread right there. So we're going to put that here. I'm going to lift this up just a little bit. I'm going to probably trim that. Let me get my snips out here. Trim this just a smidgen. And we're going to use the paddle end of our pick tool. I should check to see that I'm on camera. Oh, I am. Awesome. And we're just going to tuck that right underneath there. And because we're going to hit that adhesive underneath, it's going to stick. Okay. Got that adhesive, and that's going to stick. Now, remember I said I have some other little tea bags cut out already. So here is a die. And here is a heart die. Now, when you cut those hearts out, they actually cut 3 at a time. And I'm going to take this and I'm just going to roll that glue dot up and put that right on there. Stick this on that tea bag. I mean, you can never have too many tea bags, right? How many of you guys are tea drinkers? I find that you are either a tea drinker or a coffee drinker, right? I'm going to tuck this end under right first, maybe not. I'm going to grab a glue dot. I grab a glue dot, losing this thread. Just kind of roll that up, lift this up a little bit, and tuck it right underneath. Okay, so that's tucked. We're going to get another glue dot and put it on the back of our tea bag. I'll lift that up. Let's put that around here. I just love thinking up other cards that I can make with leftovers. Do you guys? I'm going to trim this just a little bit. I just want it about 1/4 inch shorter. Get that out of there. Now, in this bundle, there are also, there's a stamp that has these flowers that you can put here, and then there's a die that cuts them all out. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to do something a little bit different. I want to use a new embellishment. We have our fun flower resin shapes. And I thought, how fun would this be to use these as flowers on here? Something different, right? 3D, and look at all these lovely colors here. Do you know what colors these are? Can anybody answer? What colors are these? Can you tell me what colors are in these? So we are going to put a couple small ones on here. And a couple big ones. Here we go. I'll check in the end and see if anybody is correct. Ooh, these purples. I love purple and orange together. It's one of my favorite combinations. And we're going to use a blue too. Might as well use them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh. I'm going to have an even number. I'm going to have to change that, aren't I? Well, what color should I add? I am thinking, let's add a purple because we have 2 there. I can do 1 over here. Wherever it lands is where it's going to go. So look at how fun and cheery that is, right? Okay, so we have the inside of our card, and I wanted to show you something that that was kind of cute with this. We are going to use those flowers, and then we have a little flower in here, and we are going to use that flower. So let me get another small block out. So yeah, like I was saying, I was kind of going crazy today trying to find my this die set. And I know that as soon as I get off tonight, it's going to be found. So the colors that were used in here, there are you have your slush, you have your Highland Heather, you have your oh gosh, I don't even know if it says on these what colors they are. Let's see. No, it might in the catalog. But I think this looks like slush. This is Daffodil Delight, Highland Heather, or this could also be Fresh Freesia. This could be the Orchid Oasis, not kind of, but the Starry Night. And this could be Granny Apple Green or Parakeet Party. Yeah, Parakeet Party. So I want to do some flowers on the inside. So I'm going to use, I said strawberry slush. I meant sweet sorbet. I'm going to use the sweet sorbet, the Daffodil Delight, and the Highland Heather. And we are going to do some flowers across the bottom here. And I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to use my Daffodil Delight. And clean that up. Oh, I didn't get that on there good. Let's see if Judy can line that up. Ooh! Surprise, surprise, huh? So we're just going to do 3 little flowers on the inside there. We'll move those ink pads to the side and grab our shaded spruce. And then we're going to grab our leaf. And we can just add our leaves as we want to the inside here. And just let them float. Okay, and then I'll write something on the inside. So that's tonight's card. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I was looking for the card that we originally made with this, with the bird set, and didn't find it. So if you are on Facebook and you came to my open house and you have that card, comment by showing us that card in the comments. Okay, I may have a little surprise for you. I'm going to flip us all around here, and my voice has been fine. So, oh, hello, Cindy. Good evening. Hey, guys. And Marilyn, thank you. And, oh, my gosh, you guys busy tonight, huh? So, I hope you guys enjoyed this card. I'm going to show it, hopefully, up close there for you guys. And my YouTube viewers, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And until tomorrow night when we do Tools and Techniques Thursday, happy stamping, everybody.